as we lose discipline, we start to see the collapse of our society because the younger generation, are the ones that build up the future. And if the future doesn't know how to control themselves, then how in the world are they supposed to control the world around them? In a society that seems to be plummeting into oblivion and confusion and identity crisis seems to be on the rise. Well, I want to give a little bit of hope. And I want to speak to, I believe, one of the core issues to this entire problem. And that is discipline is no different than self-control, which biblically is a fruit of the Spirit. I want to speak on discipline because it is so important that we grasp what it means and what it should do to us once we accept it and fall in love with it. Because discipline is something you can fall in love with, like a routine, but it takes time, it takes energy, it takes effort, and it takes willingness in order to fall in love with discipline. If you can control yourself, you can control your life. Because discipline leads to a stable life, because you are able to put things in a sort of hierarchy. And this hierarchy allows you to analyze what is most important and what is not. And if you don't have discipline, this hierarchy is screwed up in some way. That's why we have kids chasing pleasure and fame and popularity over sincerity, integrity, and discipline, because they don't understand what it means to be disciplined. The middle ground here, in order to get to a point where we actually fall in love with discipline, is we first have to build a plan. We have to build a schedule. We have to build some sort of routine. And it doesn't need to be rigorous. It can be simply getting up in the morning and cleaning your room, right? This is something Jordan Peterson talks about. This idea of getting up and preparing yourself for the day by doing something that, one, shows that you have control over your life and control over yourself. And this seems very simple for a lot of people, though. This is where you should start. Begin with the little things in your life in order to build up to the things you want to, succeed in. And so discipline starts with the little things, the small things. And that doesn't just go for cleaning your room. That goes for your speech. That goes for the way you approach your work, your schoolwork, your homework, the people around you, how you react to things. Learn to clock yourself every single time you slip up, right? And I don't mean beat yourself up about it, but be like, oh, you caught that? Well, let's watch ourselves next time. And over time, if you continue to repeat that, your mind will adapt. The neuroplasticity of our brains is incredible. And you will quickly start to see how capable you are to adapt to your environment and yourself. Why is it important to be disciplined? Because if you're not disciplined, then you lose control of your life. You lose control of your life, then, you lose control on why you should hold on to that. And your life is meaningful because the things you can do with your life to help the world are beyond your comprehension. But it simply takes discipline in order for you to get to that point. And that's important. And it's going to be difficult, and it's going to be an endeavor which is going to maybe last the rest of your life. And for many people, it should, because discipline is an ongoing task. And it is one that never stops, but it can get easier. And in areas of your life that you seem to have no control over, and you're like, well, I keep falling into sexual immorality, or I keep gossiping, or I keep lying, or I keep doing these things I know I shouldn't do. Well, if you learn to control the little things, those things will be so much easier to do so. So learn to discipline your life. Discipline your tongue. Discipline your sight. Discipline who you are. And if you can do that, then you can discipline the world around you. And so, like I said, build a plan. Focus on the little things. And understand that this is a means of necessity, not simply joy or pleasure, because it's going to get hard. And motivation will not carry you the whole way. I hope if you get to that point, come back to this video and remember, you need this. This is what's going to bring you to where you've always wanted to be. And you continue to tell yourself, I want to get to that point. I want to be the best on my basketball team. I want to be the best musician I can. I want to be a teacher that can get up every single day and be motivated to write a lecture. Whatever it may be, discipline is going to get you there. I hope this video, brought some encouragement, and I hope you continue to lean into what I'm going to be speaking about. And I'm a poet, I'm a storyteller, but I believe stories are meant to show the truth of life. And I believe as a storyteller, I have the obligation to speak the truth to the best of my abilities and to motivate the generation and the one to come. So please, be disciplined. God bless you.